Shai was my guy for doing the videos. These videos actually tell our buyers and sellers what we've done for other people, how we get them more money.
And that's what the Done For You video system does for it. We're using it everywhere that we can, whether it's in our Facebook advertising, whether it's on our website. We even use some of it in our listing presentations. And because it's so well done and explains everything in such great detail in a way that's more entertaining and more appealing, it gets us better interaction.
When you use Shai's Done For You products, you get professionally done videos without all of the hassle of having to figure out how to do a professional video yourself.
It's one of those things that adds credibility to everything that we do. It just solidified me doing the deal before I even got there in many cases.
I would highly recommend them. We use them, and like I said, we're going to do like $10.5 million in gross commission income this year. So if we need them, you for sure need them as well, and it will set yourself apart from the competition, and it will help you collect your fee.
I will say that Shai and his crew make you feel comfortable, make a video that's going to make a difference to your client base, whether you're recruiting or talking to buyers and sellers. We're using the messaging that we're learning here and putting it in a format that is professional. Is going to take you and elevate you to the next level of professionalism.
Our guarantee sale program, USP, has been introduced to thousands of people. It creates a good report. It increased our success rate, and you can see that in our numbers. I mean, its numbers have gone up dramatically.
We saw you on TV. That was exactly what he said. So it was a fantastic appointment. We just walked in and didn't have to compete for the listing.
You're basically pre-sold when you walk in the door. They're most of the time like, okay, we know you're the guy. In fact, they say you don't even have to go through the listing presentation. Let's just, where do I sign?
Before I actually walked into the seller's home, they had already received 2 different videos that I sent to them before the meeting started. And now they're comfortable with me. They've seen me. They know a lot about what I stand for and my value proposition to them.
It's very important, and it's very important to have it done properly and professionally. So that's why I always hire Shai.
The videos are incredible and very, they come across really well.
Our conversion has gone through the roof. We're right at about 90% right now. A game changer, and you have to have it because what it represents for us in a month of commissions is about $80,000, $90,000 what we notice in our business a month. It's a must.
You show up to the listing appointment, I guarantee you will getting that listing, and you're getting that listing with higher commission. It's a game changer.
I know that the time I invested here today is going to have a huge impact on my business, and I would recommend it to everybody.
Welcome to today's Done For You TV videocast. I'm Shai Schwartzman, your audio video coach, and I see this on many occasions when I'm working with my coaching clients. They tell me over and over again how a lead comes in and, they get busy. And they have good intentions. They're going to follow up with this lead as soon as they can. But then time ticks on, and by the time they get to it, the prospect has gotten the answer they want. They've started a conversation with another professional, and it's just too late. So the issue isn't your skill, it's the speed and consistency that you want to add to your skill that can make all the difference. And so in today's broadcast, what I'm going to share with you is I'm going to show you how to build, using video and AI, a digital twin. And this isn't about creating a deep fake. This isn't about, cloning yourself so that you aren't necessarily going to do videos, although it will help you in that in getting faster by being able to build many more video assets in the same amount of time. But what it will do is when you combine video and AI into a system, then it's something that's going to work for you 24/7. So let's hit our slides and let's talk about that. How we're going to create a system, a digital twin system using AI and video, so we could scale up our lead generation, our follow-up, and our content creation. So 4 parts that we're going to talk about today. One is the AI search shift. And what do I mean by that? You may have noticed, and you probably do it yourself, is the way you search today is different than you did even a year ago, where you would go onto Google and type in what you're looking for, best restaurant, plumber, emergency plumber. You'd put in your search criteria, and then a whole bunch of links would appear. That's not how search is done today. Search is going more towards AI. So you'll see that when you go into Google now, if you have the AI activated, AI in search activated, you now ask the question, but instead of links that you then have to follow up and do your own research, AI does that for you. So you could type in, the other day I needed to someone to fix one of my appliances. So in the past, I would go in and type it in into my search query, and a whole bunch of appliance repair companies would show up. But now, when I type in the same question, Google will automatically give me some of the top appliance salesmen and why it chose those and who I should call. And it's not only happening, of course, in Google, it's also happening in other AI programs that you may be using, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, all work quite similarly. So now when you're asking that question, you're actually going to get an answer. And so I'm going to show you how you can become that answer in your business when you use video and AI correctly. So that's one point. The AI search shift has happened. Now, we're also going to talk about what your digital twin should be like, what it needs to contain, your knowledge. You're gonna put your knowledge, your pool of knowledge, into your AI, and you're going to create an AI assistant. And that AI assistant will give the answers in your voice with your knowledge. Then we're going to get into video that converts. So we're going to talk about how we can create video using that information, whether you do it yourself or whether you use AI. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can republish that or repurpose that video. So you're going to create one video and then repurpose that into lots of different videos. And then we're going to talk about how you're going to get found on AI. So again, going back to our first point, how do we create videos that will then set us apart? How AI will find us through our videos, set us apart, and become one of those answers. So we're not just a link anymore, we're an answer that AI suggests that our prospects follow up on. So I'm sure you've all, if you're on Facebook, Instagram, any of the social medias, I'm sure as you're scrolling, you're seeing lots of ads from companies who are going to create a digital twin of you, or how you can use SaaS, SaaS, software as a service. There are a number of software platforms where you can create your own avatar, your own clone through the software. So there's no shortage of entities and software platforms who will sell you the idea of a digital twin. But the difference with what they're doing is they're playing on your emotions. They're not actually showing you a system. What they're doing is they're giving you a way to create an avatar, to create a clone of yourself. But what do you do with that clone? What do you do with the with this video that you've created? So that's really an issue. They're selling you on the emotional part, how they're going to save you time, how you're the bottleneck. You're taking your time in creating videos. And that's an issue because you don't know what to say. You don't know what to do. It's what I call the blank page syndrome. Now, these services don't really help you with that. They certainly give you a tool, but if you don't know how to use that tool, how to create a system out of that tool, it's not going to help you. So what I want to reframe what I'm talking about today is I'm not talking about a tool. I'm not talking about how you create that clone or how you use the AI tool. I'm showing you how this tool can be used as a system to create real opportunity, to build a system for lead generation and follow-up. And the winners are the ones who give prospects the fastest response, the clearest answers, and you do that with video. So it's a marriage of both video and AI. So quick poll, and type it into the chat. What do you feel is holding you back from creating a consistent flow of videos? And again, type it into the chat. What do you think will help you get the ball rolling? So let's talk about the number one reason that growth stalls. You can't respond, follow up, and create enough content by yourself in order to satisfy the queries and also the amount of content that you need in order to activate, in order for AI to find you. So most businesses lose money in the gap between interest and follow-up. And also not giving people a risk-free way, an easy way to follow up with you. So for those of you who are realtors watching today, real estate agents, a buyer, imagine this, a buyer scans your sign or a seller clicks on an ad. If they don't get an immediate response, what happens? So with the digital twin, we're going to allow you, whether you're a real estate agent in our example, or another business, we'll show you how to create systems for consistent follow-up and content that keeps working. So number one is we try to take you out of the equation as much as possible. Not your knowledge, but the ability to take that knowledge and turn it into content. So as I was alluding to earlier, people are asking AI to help them, not just Google. So when we create our videos, we want the search to find us. We want AI to find us. And these systems pull from sources that are clear and well structured. So today's search is about being quotable. It's about finding answers within videos and within web pages that is extractable. The AI can read it. And if your content isn't extractable, it won't show up. So we're going to show you about how to create videos that give clear answers, transcripts, and proof. So what does a digital twin mean in plain English? So again, the digital twin is not a deep fake. I'm not talking about going on to any of these platforms and just creating a clone of yourself. You've probably seen all of these silly videos of people surfing, putting yourself in funny situations, dressed up as the Caped Crusader. You're looking where the AI is used to basically grab attention. Look at me, look at me. And that's fun. I'm not saying it's not. I mean, it's fun, and people might get a good chuckle out of it, but that's about it. It's not providing the information that people are looking for. Okay, so your videos have to bridge that point where the answer correlates to the question that people are asking in their AI query. So again, it's not about creating yourself as an avatar, but using the tool to set yourself apart as an expert. So there's 3 layers to this. The first layer is you. This is the 3 layers we're building on here. So the first layer is knowledge. That's you. That's your offers, the frequently asked questions that you get, examples and strategies that you use for your prospects and your clients. If you're in real estate, to buy and sell real estate. If you're in other industries, financial planning, how to help your prospects build their wealth, pass their wealth on to the next generation, etc. So this is your knowledge. That's layer 1. Layer 2, we're going to want to create a custom GPT. That becomes your assistant. You may be familiar with ChatGPT or Gemini, any of the AI tools, and you'll know that every time you start a new chat, you're starting from fresh. So what you want to do is in whatever platform you use, you want to create a custom GPT, and I'll define a custom GPT for you. I use GPT from ChatGPT, but it works in other. It's just a term that I like to use with my clients, but it could apply to other AI services. We're basically creating a version of ourselves that we set it up within our platform with documents, prompts, rules, in our language, in our style. So we start to train the AI platform to give answers that relate back to us in our voice and using our systems. You know, for example, if you're a real estate agent and you have a system of selling homes, a proprietary way that you set up a house for sale, your marketing, you build that all into your chat assistant, and then you're teaching it over time who you are and about your programs, and that becomes your assistant, right? Because AI, it only, at this point, it learns from what you give it. So every time you start a new chat, you're starting from scratch, and we don't want to do that, right? We want to be able to scale to scale it so that we're saving time. So we create an assistant, and if you need, I'll be doing future videos about how to create an assistant, and you want to make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, follow us, so that you don't miss out on those updated videos. So you'll want to, again, create that assistant, start collecting documents, ads that you run. You could record voiceovers in your voice, transcripts, and start loading them into your chat. And then in other, as I said, in other videos, we'll get further into how to do that effectively. So that becomes your digital assistant. And then you'll want to make sure you automate. Now, we've done videos on automation. If you go to our on our YouTube channel, our AudioVideoCoach YouTube channel, you'll find videos where I talk about automation. In fact, I just finished a 8-part YouTube course. You'll find that on my page, on my Done For You page. You'll find the course, and in one of the chapters of the course, 8-part course, I did a whole section on automation. And this automation is your CRM, is your follow-up. So once someone raises their hand, then that data of who they are, their contact information, is added to your CRM so that you can then connect with them on a regular basis using a constant drip campaign of emails or text messages, including video, that you can then that follow-up becomes automatic. So the outcome for that, all of that, so those are the 3 layers. So it's our knowledge that we're going to collect. We're going to build a custom GPT, and we're going to build an assistant who knows us in AI, that when we type in a prompt of what we want it to do, we're not having to teach it from scratch. We're not starting a chat from scratch. It already knows us. And as time goes on, we build that, we give more information to that assistant so that we can now use that assistant to help us create content, and we're not doing it from scratch each time. And then, of course, once that content's created and it's out there, we want to be able to capture our leads automatically. So that's a key to automate our follow-up. Less manual work. I want you to type into the chat now what you think your issue is with media and anything I've been talking about. Is time a factor? Is you just don't have time to implement this? Is it camera confidence? You either don't know what to say in front of a camera, or are you staring at a blank page, not knowing what to say, whether you're going to create a clone of yourself or you're going to shoot your own video? Or is your 3 visibility? You do all of this stuff. You create videos. You put it out there on social media. But you're not getting the visibility. AI isn't finding you. So type it in. Type in whether your issue is time. Type in time. Type in confidence or camera confidence. Or type in visibility. So that's what we're here to do at Done For You TV, is to help you with all those 3 things. Okay? I'm here to teach you, but if you need help, if you need assistance, if you need a guide, someone to walk you through who's done all of this and works with other businesses, real estate agents, financial planners, and others to help them achieve this visibility with video and AI, we've created a number of tools to help you depending on where you are in your business. Now, we have all of the links are in the description, but we have what we call our virtual video editing system, where if you create videos, we help you with the content, but you shoot the videos, you create the videos, and then we edit them and optimize them for AI. So we become your editors. We become those who package your videos effectively so that you can, you're not wasting your time on putting it together. I find that for every hour of video shot, it's about 3-4 hours of edit time. That's edit time, packaging it, adding captions, getting it ready. Now that's time you probably don't have. And hiring someone who doesn't really understand the process is not a solution either. We have our animated explainer videos. These are, for real estate agents, these are over 70 short form animated videos, evergreen content that you can use as is, or you can use as a basis for you to create your own videos, whether you shoot them yourself or you create them with create it with AI. And tying into what we're talking about today is our AI video persona. So you're shooting your own videos, but there's to clear up a bottleneck or to be able to create more content for you, there's places where you can clone yourself. So unlike platforms that sell you the tool to create a digital persona of you, with our done for you digital, with our AI, our done for you AI video persona system, we work with you on the content to create the perfect clone, saying the right thing in the right way, where it doesn't look like it's a clone, where we add B-roll. We create, it's a fully produced video of you. And so it certainly differentiates from just having that tool where you do this all on your own. And when you do it all on your own, again, you run into that blank page dilemma where, what is it that I want to say? And then, of course, we have fully scripted explainer videos that you could have access to, our branded videos for social media and reels, and our branded videos for follow-up. So at AudioVideoCoach, we can work with you on a number of different levels to implement video effectively, and effectively with AI into your business. So now let's talk about what you want to have in your videos so AI finds it. So let's just quickly talk about video itself, like why video? Well, video creates trust. It's your face and your voice which builds trust and clarity in your message. From that video that you record, you can create a transcript. So that one video that you create can be repurposed into social media posts, transcripts, can be used in emails, and frequently asked questions. So you could turn one recording into multiple assets. And that's part of what we do at AudioVideoCoach, is show you how you can leverage yourself with video by creating one video and then multi-purposing it into a number of other assets where you're scaling yourself. So let's dive a little deeper into the scripting of the video. So this is the formula. You could take a picture of this, write this down. This is the script formula that I want you to use when you're creating the videos. And if you want to work with us, this is the formula we will coach you with and work with you to create videos that convert and importantly, videos that rank in AI. So first, we need a question. So think about a question that clients ask you. So this is where your experience comes in. I don't want you to do a Google search on what's the most important question, or what's the number one question that real estate agents, in this case, get asked. I don't want you to do that. This has to come from you. What is what are the questions that your buyers, that your sellers ask you on a regular basis? Because those are the questions that buyers and sellers are asking. So start jotting that down. Start making notes. What are the questions that I get from buyers and sellers? And as you get new questions asked, as time goes on, and you know, oh, I haven't heard that question before, write it down, add it to your notes. Then you'll add it to your digital AI assistant, who will now learn that question. Then, what are the answers? So write that down. You could even record it. What's the question that you get asked? What are 2 sentences that answer that question? Doesn't have to be very long. Do you have a case story or a proof, a story, a screenshot of a solution to that question? So for example, if the question is, should I buy first or sell first? As a seller, when I'm looking to sell my home, should I buy first? Meaning, should I buy the home that I'm going to move to first and then sell my house? Or should I sell my home and then look for a home to move to? Now, both of those answers can be risky, because you could either end up homeless or owning 2 homes. So that's what people are juggling. So when they come to you, you'll want to give them the answer. Well, it depends on your financing. It depends on the marketplace. And then if you have a program that alleviates this issue, for example, maybe you have a guaranteed sale program where you will guarantee to buy their home if they move up to one of your other listings, or whatever the conditions are for your program. So that's the proof now, right? So you give them the answer, and you give them some proof. Here's our guaranteed sale program. Here's our trade-up program. And then 3 steps of what to do next. This is what you want to do next. And then the call to action. So one of the steps may be, are you pre-qualified to purchase your next property? Does your home need work? So you could ask, you can give 3 steps, and are you looking to move right away, or are you looking to move in the next few months? And then a call to action. Call to action is very important. So do you want them to direct message you? Do you want them to book an appointment? Do you want them to text you? Want to let them know what that is. And here's a pro tip for you. Your video should have on-screen captions. So the words that you're saying need to march along on the screen. Because that will help not only your search, but that's information that gets extracted. So if you look at everything that I've shown you here, that's all information that AI will extract from your video. So why the question? The question is because that's probably a question. If your prospects are asking this question, then most likely other prospects, buyers or sellers, are asking the same question on AI. Your answers are important because AI is looking for expertise. AI doesn't come up with any of its own information. Like AI doesn't think about it looks for it researches and looks for the answer. So if you're providing a question that AI recognizes as a question that its user is asking now, and you provide the answer and some proof, then AI will assume that you're an expert. And the call to action is important because AI wants to give answers to the people asking questions of it. So the answer is call this agent, direct message this agent. Here's what you should do. It takes the call to action that you've put into your video and it regurgitates it back as the answer for that query of what to do next. So that's the order of how you're going to create your, what I call your FAQ videos. Now, when you create these videos, you want to keep this in mind, that one video should create a week's worth of content. So your one long video, whether you create it through AI or whether you shoot it yourself in front of a camera, that long video will live on YouTube and your website. And your website's important, and I'll get into that in a moment. From that long video, you're going to take 5 to 10 short clips. And these clips will live on Reels, Shorts, TikTok, Facebook. And then, this is important, it's going to sit on, this is going back to your website, I'm going to call it your watch page. Right? Your watch page is the page that you're going to need to create with that video to help AI find it. Because AI, although we'll find it on YouTube, and that's why the long video needs to sit on YouTube, it also needs to sit on your website or on a website, because that's how AI will find you. AI probably won't find you on social media. Social media is more for the, not for the deliberate search. It's for the person who's just scrolling. You know, they have their phone in their hand, they're at an appointment, or they're sitting at home, whatever, they're scrolling. And, you know, they have in what we call their reticular activator, that's that part of the brain that's thinking about, in the case of real estate, buying and selling. In the case of financial planning, you know, building wealth, transferring wealth to the next generation. If they're looking for a lawyer, you know, they're thinking about a case that that maybe they'll be a part of and they'll need some advice. So that's that reticulator activator. That's that part of the brain that's thinking about what it needs. It hasn't actually made the decision of what to do, but they're thinking about it. And that reticulator activator is important for that scrolling because, so if I'm thinking of real estate and I see a real estate information, I'm going to stop. If I'm not thinking about real estate, well, certainly I'll just keep scrolling ahead. If I'm thinking of financial planning and that ad stops the scroll, that's how video is used on social media, but which is important because then you're going to lead them to the next step from there. But social media, it does not rank very high when it comes to AI. What ranks high for AI is the YouTube and this watch page that we're going to talk a little bit more about next. And then from that one video, using you could also create an email, some posts, lead images. And so once you create that video and it's done, you can then upload it to your GPT assistant. You remember we talked about in our AI, we're going to create an assistant that knows us. So when we upload that video, we can ask it to create for us an email, posts, images. So we use the knowledge that's in that GPT to help us create more content out of that video. And then we can edit that video into a number of different clips. And so certainly you could do that yourself. And that's, again, one of the programs that we work with you on in our virtual video editing. If you want to find out more about our resources, you can look at the links below. So here is how your videos get found. So we talked about how to create the video. We talked about how we're going to leverage that video into lots of different content. And now I want you to look at what is called what we call the AI visibility checklist. This is what we need to have in our video, or how we set up our video, not our video itself. We talked about that, what the video needs to be, but how we set up our video in order for it to be found by AI. So AI needs a source to cite. Okay, so reiterate what we talked about earlier is that AI doesn't figure things out on its own. It goes out and finds the information. And if we set up our video correctly, we've created our video correctly, and we've set it up correctly so that the AI finds the video, it's visible to AI. So those sources that are visible to AI are sources that it can cite. So again, social media is fragile. It changes all the time. There's not enough information there to deem you by AI as an expert. But what does do it is YouTube and your website. And again, if you'd like to learn more about YouTube, I just did a YouTube course. You'll find a link on this, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll find a link or a playlist to my YouTube course, my 8-part YouTube course. And if you're watching on another social media platform, make sure to click on the link to the YouTube. There should be a YouTube link in the forum here, where you can then follow in my library to my course. And I think the course will be really helpful for you in order to understand the importance of YouTube. So, AI visibility checklist. So, you want to create, you want to put the video on YouTube, and on YouTube, let's talk about the watch page first, then we'll talk about YouTube. So the watch page is a page that you're going to create on your website, because one of the two sources that AI will cite is your web page. So you want to create a web page for each of those queries. For each of those frequently asked questions, you'll want to create a video. And that video will sit on a landing page on your website. And you'll embed that video, obviously, into the web page. You will add onto the page a transcript with the questions, or with the question at the top. So there'll be the question in written form, and then a transcript of the video. Now, the transcript doesn't have to be verbatim. It could be a short form of it. You can run the script through AI and have it, write it in a more coherent way. But the key thing is, and the key is the key word, is that you want to have the key words in the transcript. So the key words of the frequently asked question, maybe you want to have the location that you work in, your town, your city, your neighborhood. Other keywords that are that buyers and sellers, in case of real estate or in financial planning, what are the keywords that people are typically looking at? So in your assistant, in your chat GPT, so you see how this all forms together. In your in your AI, let's say in chat GPT, you're going to create that customized GPT, that assistant that knows you. So, and one of the things that you're going to add to that assistant or to that chat that you're going to build on is you're going to add the keywords. So here are the keywords that apply to my business, so that when you ask it to write or rewrite the transcript, or you ask it to write a script for you, those keywords will be included. So you don't have to teach it each time. That's why it's so important on saving time. Then, so you're going to add that transcript. You're going to add your proof blocks. These are reviews, results, examples, testimonials. You can have some quick, written testimonials. Again, when AI reads your page, it's going to see, oh, you've provided great service to, such and such. You help them sell their home faster. You help them build generational wealth. Whatever it is that it is in your business, that testimonial or that review, the results that you get, lead AI to conclude that you're an expert in the field and that you're one of the experts that it should push forward to the person asking the question. And then, of course, you'll want to add your contact information, a little bit about you. This could be like a footer in the page, because AI will want to know who you are, so that if it looks for other information about you, again, it leads it to believe that you're an expert, that you can help this person making that query. So, key takeaway from this is this video on this website or web page has to be in the mind, if you will, of AI, that you are the source of truth, and then it will bring this link along with some points back to the chat that was started by the person looking for the information. So this is the checklist that you want to use when you're setting up your video on a landing page. Now, again, the video can go on to social media, no issue. But social media is doing something else. It's stopping them in their tracks. It stops them in their tracks if they're thinking about real estate, financial planning, about buying a red Ferrari, whatever business you're in. That video stops them in their tracks. Okay? That's what social media, that's what the platform. But if you want them to find you in AI, which is how people are searching today, these are the methods that you want to start to use. Now, you'll also want to put your video on YouTube. And on YouTube, you're going to use these exact criteria: the title, the description. You're going to put all of that in YouTube as well, because AI uses YouTube as a resource as well. So, if you're a real estate agent, and many of my clients are, you should start here. These are some questions that you might want to consider. Now, if you're a financial planner watching this, if you're a lawyer watching this, or you have another type of coaching or information, or high information type of business, what are the equivalents of this? If this is for the real estate agent or broker, what's the equivalent in your business? Start thinking about that. So, should I buy first or sell first in today's marketplace? What's the fastest way to get top dollar without over renovating? How to win in multiple offers without overpaying, so if one's a buyer. The 3 biggest mistakes sellers make in pricing. And then what happens after you scan my sign or click on my ad? That's more for follow-up clarity. Meaning, what will you do in order to market? What do you do that's different to market a seller's home? So these are 5 questions, frequently asked questions, that I've collected from the people that I work with in real estate. So these are probably 5 questions that you have probably been asked. And this should get you starting to think of other frequently asked questions that you can use as a topic and content for your video. And if you're in another business, what are the similar questions that you get asked in your business from prospects when they contact you? Each one of these can be the start of a lead generation hook by creating a video, adding it to YouTube, and a web page, or a web page off your main website, with the right content, the right written content to make it visible to AI. And so I call out to other viewers in this video who aren't in the real estate business. Are you a mortgage broker or insurance broker? You too have to follow up and build trust. Financial advisors, some of my clients are financial advisors, where they need to educate people on how to invest for the future, how to minimize or defer taxes, compliance issues, lots of FAQs, lots of questions are asked there. Dental clinics, before and after, how do I book? Law firms, lots of questions. Lots of questions that you get as a lawyer or paralegal that you can turn into content for lead generation. And of course, home services. So I spent a lot of time giving real estate examples, but as an audio video coach, I help other professionals with their businesses. So what is the version of for your business that I talked about today? So let's turn into our 7-day plan. But before we do that, if you have a question, if there's a question that I didn't talk about, what's a frequently asked question that you get? Type it into the chat. And if you're one of these other professionals, what are questions that you get? Type it into the chat. So here's your homework. And there's no deadline, but now is the time to do it. Now, if you have to pick now or later, now's the right time to get started. But I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm not going to, no bad marks. But in all seriousness, you want to start thinking about this. And I call it a 7-day formula, but I mean, you could stretch it out over a month. But here are the points that you want to start thinking about. So pick one niche and one offer. So what you want to do is start thinking about some FAQs. What are the questions that you get asked that could become content? What are the questions that people have in your business that you could take that question and turn it into content? And then, following the formula that I showed you, provide them with the answer, an offer, and a call to action. So start picking those FAQs, and then pick your niche. And by niche I mean, who's your target market? Who are you talking to? So if you're a financial planner, are you talking to a retiree? Are you talking to a younger person who's just starting their working life? Is it someone who's near retirement? Who are you talking to? Who is your what does your prospect look like? What are they thinking? Because that will help you craft a message to them. Because depending on where they are in life, the questions that they're asking are going to be different. So if you're a real estate agent, are you talking to a buyer, talking to a seller? Are they a move-up seller? Are they an empty nester? Who's the prospect? And then you want to record 5 answer engine videos. Each video that we talked about here on how to create our video, that's an answer engine. That video plus the website checklist is your answer engine. That's basically the engine that AI looks for in order to satisfy a query that it's been asked in its chat. So all of that that it finds that correspond to the question it was asked will help it place you in that chat. Will help say, call Joe Smith, Joe Smith Financial Planning Services. Here's some answers that they give to this question. Here is some people, here are people who've worked with them and the success stories. So record these 5 videos. You could just record them on your phone, or you could record them on a webcam. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Then edit them. Edit them into one long video, and then edit them into clips. Clips that could be 60 seconds, 15 seconds, and these short clips will then live on social media. But the longer version will live on YouTube and the web page for AI. But then you can leverage yourself, you can scale that one video into a number of videos for social media. Then you'll want to create your custom GPT. That is that assistant within your AI platform, where you keep feeding it information about yourself, so that when you need work done on your business, that prompt, that assistant prompt, over time has gotten to know you, so you don't have to keep teaching it each time. That'll save you a lot of time. Create your watch pages. So however many videos that you create on day 3 or point number 3, you're going to create corresponding watch pages. So that's the video that it sits, that's the web page that it sits on, with all of the points in the checklist that we talked about: the transcripts, the proof, your contact info, your next steps. And then finally, you're going to use those pages to follow up with your prospects. You're going to add them to your CRM you're going to add an email that corresponds to that page to your CRM, and now you're going to use that information as follow-up, right? So you're using that web page and the video on social media. You're gonna use the clips on social media to lead them to that page. On that page, you're gonna generate a lead, and then from that lead, that's going to go into your CRM. So you're using that same content to get them into your CRM, and then that same content can then be used in your CRM as follow-up. So it's simple, but it's not a complicated process, but it takes time to create that process. Once it's created, though, that's when you find that freedom, because now everything is on autopilot. You've created it once, and now it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Compare that to you having to answer all of those questions every single time, one-on-one, when people contact you. Once you create a system, that takes you out of that equation. All of this content takes your place, and you leverage your time with this system. So there's obviously a front loading here to set it up, but once you set it up, you can keep on building it over time, and it'll free you. It really will, because you'll be everywhere all at once without actually it taking up your time. If you need any more help on this, you can contact me below. You'll find some information about AudioVideoCoach and what we do. We help you automate, create content, create video content, and then automate that process on social media, with your CRM, follow-up, etc., so that you spend your time doing what you do best, which is working with your customers. So again, if you need any assistance, if you'd like certainly assistance in video, whether you're shooting the video yourself, we can help you with your editing, with our virtual video editing editor.com program. If you need or want content if you're a real estate agent, you want to check out our animated explainers. If you want to create an AI persona, that digital twin, but using content that connects, using content and setting it up in a way where AI finds that content, you'll want to check out our AI video persona at ai.doneforyou.tv. And then, of course, we have already written scripts and dialogues for social media, for follow-up, if you're in the real estate space. And then if you're in other spaces, we can work with you to develop very similar content for your business. So check us out. The links are below. To learn more about me, visit my audiovideocoach.com site. And remember to subscribe, like, click on the notification bell. This helps us create more videos that will help you in your business. Here are some questions that if you're watching now live, type them into the chat. What should my first 5 videos be? How do I get leads that actually respond? How do I use AI without sounding robotic? That's a big one, and we do that with our AI program. But I can give you some tips and strategies on how to do that. And then, if you have more questions about how your website can show up in an AI search. So if you have those questions right now, please type them into the chat. I'm happy to answer them for you, or at least get you going. And if not, if you don't have a chance, if you're watching a replay of this, do put these questions, or if you have other questions, into the comments, and I will I answer. I read all my comments and answer them where I can. And as we wrap up today's, the chat's still open, but as I wrap up today's webinar, here's some contact information. Again, if you want to reach me, here's my email, doneforyoutv@gmail.com. Go to our AudioVideoCoach.com website, where you can get free access to my 3-part video course. I created a 3-part video course as well. I talked about my 8-part YouTube course earlier, but you could get access to my 3-part video course. This is a really good course to show you sort of the process from creating a video to editing a video to launching it on social media. It's free. It's on demand, so you can watch it whenever you'd like. You can get access to it on my AudioVideoCoach site. And again, check out our YouTube page, Done For You TV on YouTube, where you can find playbacks of all of my video casts, the 8-part YouTube course that I mentioned earlier in the call. Just a great resource for how to use video, audio, and multimedia effectively in your business. So with that, if there are no questions, any further questions, I will take my leave of you, if you will. But I thank you very much for watching today's episode, and I look forward to connecting with you on our next live broadcast, or if we have a chance to connect in other ways, I look forward to that. Again, I'm Shai Schwartzman, your audio video coach,